Hello everyone, my name is Emerson. This is Tom. This is Angelica. And today we're going to be talking about a balanced scorecard and giving a couple examples from Michael Kors. Okay, so the first thing we need to discuss when talking about a balanced scorecard are activity-based measures versus strategic-based measures. Some activity-based measures are process-oriented and financial standards, value-added standards, dynamic standards, and optimal standards. Next, looking at some strategic-based measures are standards for all four perspectives, which we'll talk about later in the presentation, which are used to communicate strategy, used to help align objectives. They link to strategy and objectives and balance measures. Okay, so the next thing is the question we've all been waiting for. What is a balanced scorecard? A balanced scorecard is a strategic-based performance management system that typically identifies objectives and measures for a company. In a balanced scorecard, we use four different perspectives: the financial, customer, process, and learning and growth perspective. In other words, a balanced scorecard converts a company's strategy into executable actions that are used throughout the entire organization.
So some things to remember when trying to create a balanced scorecard are you must create a general overview, which is created by comparing the specific elements of activity-based responsibility accounting with those of the balanced scorecard. Also, a balanced scorecard keeps all the financial and process-oriented standards of the activity-based system while including the new elements of the strategic-based measures. Some important terms to know before we can continue discussing a balanced scorecard are lag measures, lead measures, objective measures, and subjective measures. First, lag measures are outcome measures. Lead are performance drivers. Objective measures are those that can be readily quantified and verified. Lastly, subjective measures are less objective and more of judgment calls. Some more terms to remember are financial measures, non-financial measures, external measures, and internal measures. The financial measures are those that are monitored by monetary nature. A non-financial measure is the exact opposite. They use non-monetary measures such as cost per unit and satisfied customers versus unsatisfied. An external measure are measures that relate to customers versus shareholders. An internal measure relates to the process that create value for the customer and shareholders. How do we know that the balanced scorecard is balanced? It must be balanced between lag measures and lead measures, objective and subjective, financial and non-financial, external and internal measures. An example, customer loyalty, which is a lead measure, will increase profitability, which is a lag measure.
So if Michael Kors were to implement a balanced scorecard in their business model, they would need to establish company strategies to accomplish in their future. Three of the main company strategies Michael Kors would want to reach through different objectives and measures would, to one, increase e-commerce market share since consumer trends are trending more towards online shopping. Second would be increase global brand presence and expand into new global markets. And third would be to grow revenue by keeping products at a higher price and not having as many defective products that would then end up in outlet stores and be sold at a lower cost. If Michael Kors were to put all these core strategies together and create their own balanced scorecard, it would look something like this.
In the graph on the screen, you can see all four perspectives and how they lead into one another and are layered on top of one another. In the learning and growth perspective, it'll come in from increasing expertise and optimizing technology all the way through internal business and customer perspective, all to reach the financial perspective, which end goal is to increase profits.